Hi there, and welcome to another exciting session of training provided by Quicksoft. In this session, we're going to cover a very interesting chapter, which is rapid implementation for assets. As you know, rapid implementation is a tool which is introduced in many modules so that you can do many setups automatically using Excel spreadsheet. Yeah, because if you don't have this option, you will have to do a lot of setups manually, step by step in the screen, following the navigation, which can be very time consuming. And also, you have to do this many times in your playback 1, playback 2, UAT, and also production. Yeah. So what if we have an option of rapid where we can put all this configuration once in an Excel file and then reuse it again and again whenever required? It's going to be a great productivity enhancement tool and can speed up your implementation quite a bit. Okay. So let's see what rapid implementation options are available in Fusion Assets. Yeah, these are the components which you can create using rapid implementation. Key flex field structure. There are some important flex field structure which are part of fixed asset implementation. Those can be created using the rapid. Categories, location, system controls, depreciation calendar, total conventions, and asset books. If you notice all these top 7, if you see those, it almost covers your complete fixed asset implementation. If you can do this through rapid, then your implementation time can be very, very fast. And there could be some additional lookups and some other minor descriptive flex field which you need to define that you can do directly in the system. So what are the rapid implementation steps which are available? There are two ways of doing rapid implementation. One is the first time when you're doing on your instance. Yeah, again, remember about instance, because fixed asset implementation is done as per your instance. It's not by ledger or business unit like you do GL or sub ledgers. This is by the instance. So when you implement fixed asset for your organization first time, that is, there is one process to follow, and then any subsequent additions or changes, there's a separate process to follow. If you look at this, so first time implementing on the instance, you follow the spreadsheet which is create fixed asset configuration. With anything after that, you have to follow update fixed asset configuration spreadsheet. Yeah, there are some things you can do in create but not in update. I will share with you those, but most of the things you can. Okay, and then finally, once you're done step 1 or step 2, you need to do upload fixed asset configuration spreadsheet so that the whatever you've done in spreadsheet can be uploaded in the system. Okay, I'm going to show you both the steps. I will show you create fixed asset steps just as a guideline, but I will not be able to execute those steps because in the environment which I'm using, this has already been executed once, and you can only do it once, because if you try to do it again, system is going to give you a variety of errors and it will never work. So you can always use the second option, which is very similar to understand the process. Okay, so let's start. Another important thing to remember is there is a few prerequisites which you should take care of so that when you're doing rapid implementation, you don't face any problems. Yeah, you have to open first period of your ledger. Yeah, the ledger for which you are creating this rapid implementation. Make sure the first period is open. Sometimes you just do the initial implementation but haven't opened the period yet. When you try to do rapid, your ledger name may not be visible in the list. Yes, so you have to be careful. And then also, whichever user you're using to create this rapid, make sure that user has asset accounting manager job role assigned. Otherwise, when you try to upload the file using the file import export, you will not be able to see this account. Yeah, so these are two prerequisites we should remember when you're trying to implement. Okay, so now let me show you this in action. In order to download the template, you can go to in your setup, go to search, and then search for create fixed. You'll get this template. Click on it. It will download the file for you. Click on the file to open it in Excel. When you open the file in Excel, system will prompt you for login and password. Give you login ID and password, and then you can get the file active. You will also notice there is one additional menu option called create asset configuration on top. Okay, there are some guidelines given in this file which you can follow how to fill this file, and then notice the sheets which are available: categories, location, and asset books. These are the sheets which are given by default. As the initial sheets are all empty, they have given you one sample file for you to understand how to do the configuration. Let me double click on this file and then show you how this file looks like. Now let's review this file. In this file, now all the data is populated. For categories, yeah, they've given you the structure as a sample. That's major category, minor category, and future. And then segment label, you need to identify major and minor. Yeah, so these are actually in the category setup. These are the minimum segment label you have to identify what is your major category and what is your minor category. Yeah, the label has to be this, but the segment name can be anything. You can call it main category, subcategory, subcategory. To add a future category so that in future if you need you can use it, because if you want to define this structure and you can start using it, you cannot change this structure for your book. They've also given you some default categories for non-lease, lease, leasehold improvement, and some of the major and minor category names. Yeah, so these are already given for you. So using this structure, what you can do when you're populating first time, you can populate all the data following this classification and all the category you need in the system. These are general category which can be applied to all the books. Once these categories are all defined, then you can go to locations. Similarly, define your location structure. In this location structure, you can have maximum 7 segment. Category also can have maximum 7, but segment label necessary is only this state. You need to identify one segment which is state. Yeah, rest all the segment you don't need to provide any label. It's not necessary, but if you want you can, but this is the most important one which you need to provide. Then you populate your data for your location segments as well. Yeah, after location, next most important one is the asset books. Yeah, on top is system control, then your books, and then category assignment to your books. Yeah, system controls, you define when is your oldest place asset placed in service. For example, if you are migrating data from existing system, maybe your oldest asset you have is since 1960s. So this should be your 1/1/1960 as a date. Yeah, there's no harm putting a date earlier because system is going to create your fiscal year calendar from this date onwards. But if you don't use it, doesn't matter. What is your starting asset number? You can put your starting asset number for your system creation. Now these are the books which you can define. Your name of the book, your book class, and your associate corporate book. The ledger to which it belongs to, your first depreciation period, and then all the necessary account which are required, which you can fill as per your accounting requirement. And once you fill this field, you need to provide this category assignment for each book. What are the category which you have defined in the category sheet are applicable for that book, because not all category may be applicable for the books. And then you have to provide your asset cost, clearing, depreciation, expense, and reserve account, and what depreciation method you're going to apply, and then life in months. If you notice, by just filling this information, I define my categories, I define my locations, I define my asset books which are required, and given the necessary accounting details. Yeah, once I've done this one, actually if I'm able to upload this file, my asset configuration is complete, almost complete. After filling all this information, what you need to do is you need to come back here and click on validate. Basically, this is a sample sheet, so it doesn't have all those buttons. So what you need to do is take all this value from, if required, from this sheet to your main sheet. Yeah, cut paste all the values here, and then you finally do validate. Make sure for your Excel macro security is enabled. Otherwise, you might get error for security. You can enable that, and then when you click, you should be able to see this sheet. It looks at a validation of data. If any error, it will show you here, which you should fix before you can generate a file for upload. Yeah. Another thing I want to show you here, there's also a hidden sheet in this one. If you unhide, there's a asset key and reference data sheet already there. Let me unhide reference data. So these are all the data which you see in the list of values. System is populating from here. Yeah. So all the data fields are coming from here. So for creating all the list of values, and also there's another sheet, asset keys. Yeah, asset key is not a necessary, not a mandatory one. So you can leave it, ignore this one at this stage. If you need to define any values for asset key, you can do that later. Yeah. So once you define this one, once all the values are you happy with those, you can then generate the configuration file. Yeah, system will create a zip file for you, and then once the zip file is created, we need to upload the file in the system. The process for generating zip file and upload, I will not be able to do in the create. I will actually show you all the steps in the actual in the update process, so you can see that. Another thing I told you, that configuration already exists. So when I download this template, see this message on every sheet. Your asset configuration already exists. Use the update sheet to configure. Yeah, system is giving this warning on every sheet. If you still continue to upload this, try to upload, you are just going to face error. So as I suggested, don't try this one. We will try the new configuration in the update sheet. Let me show you how to do that. Similar to create, now we are going to search for update. And this is the file which I need. I can click on it. So system start downloading it. Once downloaded, click on it to open it in Excel. I've opened the update asset configuration spreadsheet in Excel. So now you notice everything looks very similar. Now let's try to go to each sheet and see what is there. I go to category sheet. You see the empty sheet. Yeah. Before you, in this sheet, if you're going to add any more categories, which you may have defined previously in the create category, but now you have a lot more category to define, then you need to do first step is click on these categories. This is going to populate all existing category, which you can modify, and also you can add if required. Yeah, so you look at this sheet if required any changes. If you don't need any more changes here, you can actually delete this. Yeah, but important thing to remember is before you populate data here, this sheet should be populated, and in order to populate this, you should click on this categories thing. Similarly, I go to locations and I have to do the same thing. Populate this flex fill structure on top first. Without this, it will fail when you try to upload. It will still validate, but while uploading, it's going to give you a lot of trouble. Okay, so these are the locations. Again, same thing. If you don't want location, you can always delete it. Yeah, if you want to fetch it again, you can click on location. It will fetch your data again from the system, just in case you accidentally deleted something. Yeah, in this example, I'm going to create something. Yeah, so I'm going to create Raffle Place 2, City Hall 2. So this was what I had previously created. I'm just creating one more values here. Then asset keys, if you need, you can fetch from the system. And these are asset keys which are already defined there. Asset keys are basically to store any known financial information for your reporting purposes. Yeah, which can help you in any grouping or reporting in your report generations. It can help you. Yeah, so I'm just creating this 2 asset keys as well. Then finally, the most important is asset books. Again, click on books to populate existing data. System will show you all the data which has been configured. These are system controls. These are your category, location, and asset key flex fields. Yeah, and then the oldest asset placed in service. And then all the books which have been configured in this demo instance. So there are too many books, but the idea is that if you have books, all books will be defaulted here. And then you can, if you need to change something, you can change, or you can just add any new book if you want to. Let's say, let me show you the book which I added. You don't need to keep all the data here. You can delete what is not required. It's not going to delete in the system. It's only deleting in your Excel file. You can define your own book name here. Give the book name. It has to be in caps. Book class. Choose corporate or tax. And then associated book name. In case of corporate, this is going to be the same. But in case of tax book, this will be your corporate book name. And what is the ledger to which it is associated to? And what is the first depreciation period? This has to be in this format, uppercase and full year. Yeah, and that is account default, and all these accounts you can provide as per your chart of account requirements. Yeah, all this flex field list of value need to be populated based on enterprise. You can choose whether it has to be enterprise or your Bijou set which you want to. In this case, I've chosen enterprise. Important thing I want to show is that even though I told you that this can populate your calendar and product calendar and depreciation calendar, but that is only in the case of creation. It does not create calendar when you are doing update. So in case of update, you are going to choose whatever existing calendar you have. That's the whole idea, because if you're already using it for your depreciation books, you must have already defined your depreciation and product calendars. You can reuse those in the new books which you are defining. But if you have any other requirement, you can define completely new and use it as required. But from here, in update system does not create any calendars. So once you created this one book, then you want to assign all those categories which are listed here to the books. Instead of doing it manually, you can just click on generate category assignments. Nothing is happening. Let's see whether you have any categories there. Oh, we removed it. So let me just populate it again. Because this is going to take this category as a base and populate. Now let me go back and say generate. See, now all these have been populated. Another important thing is this, it creates a blank line. I don't know what is the purpose of this line, but because of this, if you leave it there, it will not populate any of your assignment. You try to delete this, it still comes back. So one option is just take this line and cut paste on that line. Let me try to cut paste. Yeah, and then I can delete this line which I had. Yeah, but if you leave a blank line there, then whatever logic system has for uploading the data, it finds a line blank, it stops uploading. So you will not have any category assigned. Yeah, so once this is done, so basically I have my categories. I don't need to define a new category. So this is fine, whatever is there. I don't need to define. So you can, after that, if you want, you can remove this from there. Unless you've added some new categories. Locations, I've added 2 buildings. Asset keys, I've added 2 asset keys. Asset books, I define one asset book, and then I can assign the categories. So once you're done at this one, you can go and validate first to see whether data is correct in all respect. I've got lots of error. Yeah, you see, lots of error in my validation report. Why? Because you can click on it. I've not given these accounts. In all these accounts, star columns are mandatory, and I have to populate those fields. Let me populate those, and we'll try to validate it again. So I have populated the data. All account, asset cost, clearing account, depreciation expense, reserve account, depreciation method, life and product convention and retirement convention calendar, and from what is the from date place in service. That is the rest of the fields are all optional, so I left it blank. Now I go and validate again. This time it should go through. Yep, my validation report is empty. That means all the data is correct. So once I'm happy with this one, you can save this file. And then you can generate configuration file. Click on this button. Yeah, you can store it anywhere you want. This is the folder where I want the zip file to be created. System creates the zip file and gives you a name. Once the file is ready, we need to go to a system. In order to upload the file, choose upload. Fixed. Yeah, upload fixed asset configuration spreadsheet. Okay, nothing here because we have missed one step. The first step is do the file import export. Without this, you cannot do this one. I've not uploaded the file yet. So what I should do is I go to navigation and I go to tools, file import export. I choose plus. Then I choose the file. I store the file in download. This is my latest file. I open it. I choose fin asset import. Remember I was telling you in my presentation earlier, there could be chances you may not see this option. Yeah, if you don't see it, then you have to make sure the person running this program should have asset accounting manager job role. Okay, now I can say save and close. The file is uploaded. Now I can go to my setup. I can go to setup. I can go to search. Always find search easier, because unless you remember where the option is, it's easier search and directly go to the option. Now when I go there, I will see the data file listed there. Yeah, I can find my file. I can click on submit. Now system has submitted the process. Once the process complete, if all goes well, we should get all the configuration which we added in the system. Our process has finished, but it has completed with a warning. Let me see what happened. I go to more and see the output. I see text output. What's saying? Location 2 created successfully. 2 record, 2 process. Okay, very good. 2 asset keys. Very good. 1 book. Very good. Category, no need to create anything, which is fine. SG Corp, so far at this level looks everything okay. Now let's see in the log file white completed warning. Everything here looks okay. Looks okay. Asset key looks okay. Book control looks okay. Now there are some warnings here. Let's see what is it. What is this? You must enter a valid value for field retirement convention. Oh, my retirement convention given in the file is incorrect. Okay, let me see what I have given. In my Excel file, I had given retirement convention as, okay, I just fetched the whole data again just to see some previous data. Let me see if I can find my book. SG Corp 2. What's the name I'm given? SG underscore Corp 2. SG Corp 2, SG Corp 2, fine. Okay, this is what I've given here. Oh, I just copied the calendar from there, which is not the right calendar, because this is not the calendar defined in the system. Yeah, the calendar defined is the, let me see, the calendar defined in the system is, this is not the calendar defined in the system. For the prorate convention, the available calendar, I don't see ANG calendar, it should be ANG prorate. Yeah, the calendar which is defined. So I'll have to correct that. Other than that, let me see whether my data has been created. Let's see our setups and inquire what has been created. My concern is to see my book, manage asset books. Okay, I have the option here. Let me search whether my books have been created. Yeah, these 2 books have been created. This for the second one which I created. My book has been created. My account default accounts have been given, and now the reference group has been assigned. Yeah. Let us inquire all the data which we have created. What we did was we did not create any category. We created some locations for Singapore. Let's see whether those have been created. I look for asset location. Asset locations. Yeah, I don't see a country here. I can add a field. I want to see country. I want to see by country. Singapore. My location, city, all two reference place to has been added. Very good. Now, what else I added was I added some asset keys, training to consulting to. Let's see whether those have been added. Asset key Then I can go to this asset key and see whether this has been added as well. Asset key, same thing. I want to add asset key here. Let me look at training. What was the asset key we added? Training. Okay. Okay, I have to say starts with. Okay, too many because I left it empty. Start with training. Training 2 is there. Start with second one was consulting. Consulting 2 is there. So my asset keys are there. My asset books are there. My asset locations are already created. So all our setups have been correctly created, except but we have seen some errors in that upload program. So let's see where that error is affecting, because that was saying about retirement conventions and uploaded conventions not correct. Let's look at asset categories, whether categories have been assigned to our book or not. Yeah, I go to asset categories and search for our book, SGCOP2, search. No category assignment, because category assignment had an exception, so we have to fix it. So in order to fix this, what we can do is we can go back to our, let's try if we can fix it now. So I basically went to the update spreadsheet again, and then I inquired my data. I kept only for that book, and I changed it to the convention, which is a valid convention calendar. Then I'm going to go to rapid setup again, validate. So no errors. I can save my file, and then I can generate configuration file. Okay. My file has been created. I will upload again and see what happens. I go to file, import, export. Choose the results. And okay, this is my file. Account, asset import, close. Okay, upload is successful. Show me the file here. Yep. Now I can go to my setup, and then I can run the upload process. I go to search, and I say upload fixed asset. I upload fixed asset file here. Choose my file, click on submit. I'm just trying to see in this process, am I able to assign categories which I could not do it earlier? So we'll wait for the process to finish. Okay, the process is completed, but still with warning. Let's see whether it has done our job. Let me look at the output file. Okay, categories 30 has been processed. Let's see whether 30 has been assigned to us. We can also try to look at the log file to see why system is giving warning. Everything okay so far. Okay, it doesn't look like any major error which can cause some issue. Let's see whether setup has the data. I go to asset categories. My book SGCOP2. The system fetch any values? Yep, categories have been assigned. I can inquire any category. These are the category details. These are the books to which this is assigned. I look for SG. This is my SG book which has been assigned. Yeah, defaulting rules. My product calendar has already been updated now. Yeah, so all this assignment has been completed. Yeah, so basically using the Rapid, we are able to load. Imagine if you are doing a real implementation, there could be thousands of locations, thousands of categories, books, maybe 5, 10 books. Each book have many categories assignments. So that can be massive task to create. With Rapid, you are able to upload all those in the system very fast. So in this chapter, you have learned a very important process called rapid implementation for assets. With this process, you can actually enhance the productivity of your implementation team or the support team or whoever is doing the configuration in the system. This can be the configuration of Rapid can be reused at various stages of your implementation in your playbacks, in your SAT, UAT, and production cutover, so that you can just finalize in Excel and then just push it in one go. Yeah, and in future also, sometimes if you have to add new books and all that, you can actually use this configuration to speed up even the future additions and updates as well. Okay, so with this we conclude this chapter. Thank you very much for your time and attention, and happy learning.